about you, but I'm trying to keep my hair done all year, okay? So let's get this hair done. I pre-stretch braid hair to braid the top of my hair. First, you are going to want to figure out how you want your hair section. I'm sectioning from ear to ear. And then I have enough hair sectioned off. I think that's neat enough. That back section of my hair is going to be covered by the clip-ins. All right, y'all, just did these 2 braids. I was recording for TikTok and IG, and anyways, let's get into braid number 3. Y'all, I've been braiding for a long time, y'all. I've been braiding since I was 2 years old. No one taught me. I do have an article from Voyage magazine where they interviewed me, and we talked about my skills as a braider and just how I started in the beauty industry. I'm also hosting a braiding class coming up in January, so I'm very excited about that. I don't really know which way I'm going with these braids. I'm just letting it flow. And that's how I do with my hair. A lot of times I saw a couple of patterns and I was like, I don't know if I feel like trying all of that intricate stuff, but we just letting it flow. Like, my hair is very thick, but it's soft. So if I leave it braided like this, the braids are they're going to loosen up. No matter how hard I'm braiding it, it's gonna loosen up. So I like the braiding hair because it's very firm and it stabilizes my natural hair. Do y'all use Blue Magic hair grease? Yes or no? Because I grew up using that grease, and my grandma used that grease on us. My mama, my great grandma, now my other great grandma, she used Royal Crown. I would see that at her house all the time. But yeah, like, we already know, black girl to black girl, we used hair greases. And then somewhere along the line, somebody told us it was bad for us. I think the last couple of years, I brought it back to the house. I got my grease, my hair grease is going. And I use it on my girl's hair, and I'm like, man, listen, I don't care what y'all talking about. People back in the day, they had hair, okay? So we going back to the Blue Magic hair grease. I don't know. Like, I was listening to that for a while too. Like, when I got to college, I started using hair oils because y'all said the greases was bad. But honey, I'm going back to how we used to do things when everybody had hair. Not just a few folks, when everybody had hair. You know, they say it clogs the follicles and it weighs the hair down, but I haven't had any issues ever with using it. I think my hair is more soft and more manageable, and it just does a lot of amazing things on my girl's hair. So I use it, but what I do is I moisturize my hair. So I make sure, like just now, I just shampooed my hair. I moisturized my hair with the leave-in conditioner, and then I put my grease on there. I have probably 3 or 4 jars of it. So whichever one I see, that's the one I use. But yeah, the girlies have stopped using it. A lot of girls started back using it, and I seal the ends of my hair. But I'm not sealing in dryness, I'm sealing in moisture. So if you are using any type of hair grease, make sure you're sealing in the moisture. That's my only advice. Oh, and another thing, make sure you're using a clarifying shampoo. Like, my hair is always growing, but we want to retain length. So that's another way to retain your length, is to make sure your ends are trimmed. We want to make sure our ends are trimmed. It don't look like it, but I just trimmed mine. Trim those ends and make sure that you are sealing your ends, so that if you do have any breakage or anything like that, it's not going to travel quickly up the shaft. And you'll think, wow, my hair isn't growing. And the whole time it is growing. It's just you're not retaining it because the breakage is, your hair is like this. And then, or imagine it being like this, like, and then it's splitting and ripping into one, and then it doing this, and then until it gets to the base of your scalp, and then it just pops off. So you want to prevent that from happening through getting your regular trims. I recommend every 6 to 8 weeks, but some people may need it every 5 weeks. Some people may need it every 8 weeks, or some people can go out to 12 weeks. It's just know your hair. And how do y'all feel about using braiding gel? I know a lot of girls are saying they don't want that on their braids at all. I remember back in the day when I used to get my hair braided, we didn't have edge control. We had grease, we had jam, and we had gel. And that was pretty much it. And our braids used to come out neat. So, and then, I mean, most of our hair was relaxed too. So how hard is it to part and do a neat part on relaxed hair? It's not that hard. So I think edge control came about, and these braiding jams and pomades came about because everybody is natural. I remember doing a girl's hair one time, this lady's hair one time, like 2018, 2019. And she was like, she wanted a sleek ponytail hairstyle. She didn't want any edge control, any braid gel. She didn't want to blow dry her hair. I'm like, girl, what you want me to do? You don't want no heat, no products. You're 4C like me, and you want a sleek hairstyle. Oh, baby, that's not gonna work. I said, I'm gonna have to, if I don't use heat, I'm gonna have to use products. So I used some products, and, you know, she was kind of upset about it because she didn't want me to use it. But I'm like, you know, I don't never claim to be the most knowledgeable stylist or the most knowledgeable person. You know, I'm learning too. However, baby, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know if you think I'm a magician or what, but baby, I'm not no magician. I'm anointed, baby. I'm anointed, but I can't do that. So anyways, a lot of people don't want heat on their hair. They don't want products. And some of those people, I'd be like, y'all are just, I don't know. I don't know what y'all be expecting people to do. But I do think if you are don't want any products on your hair, at least let people blow your hair out. But I'm not against using edge control or braid jams on my hair, but it just all has to make sense, because at the end of the day, you know, I want you to love your hair. So if I feel like, hey, well, this is how I, you know, do hair, this is my way or my method of getting your desired look, and that doesn't work for you, then, you know, sometimes that person may not be your client, or you may not be their stylist, and that's okay. Have I ever experienced breakage in my hair? I've experienced buildup from using products, but I don't recall having like a lot of breakage from edge control. But everybody's hair is different. So if they say, hey, I don't want any edge control, then baby, that's what we doing. We gonna give the people what they want. As long as we can blow it out and we can make some neat partings and use a little hair grease or something. Okay, now I just added the clip-ins to the back. And I didn't know how I was feeling about it, because I was like, I don't know. But I think it's okay. I didn't want it to be too big and too giant, because last time I used my kinky curly bundles and it was super big. But what I did, I just added the clip-ins along my braids, and I had a family emergency. I was on the phone with my sister. So sorry I didn't get a chance to record that, but I just added the clip-ins. I used the BOBBI Boss hair, and I don't feel like it's really thick. However, The last time I did this style, I used the kinky curly bundles from my line, and it was so big and giant, and I don't want all of that. So I think this is okay. I'm gonna continue to cut it and shape it up. I don't want it to be too short, but I want to kind of, I don't know. I don't know what I need to do. And see, that's the thing. As a hairstylist, sometimes I don't be knowing what I need to do. I think I might just add some layers in there. Sometimes adding layers is all you need to do. And then I crochet, see where that track is, you're gonna need to take your crochet needle. Let's see, did I do that one? I did that one. Let's do this one together. So I'm gonna separate this hair because this is that type of synthetic hair that just act like baby doll hair. So I'm gonna separate one of these curls. I'm gonna take this one right here. And what we are going to do is we're gonna go up underneath this braid. We're gonna hook this hair and we're gonna loop it forward. Let's see. And I already added this on my edges and I added that. I'm about to do my makeup and I'm gonna come back and show y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm just cutting it and it was like about right here. Now it's up here and volume, like some back combing up here. Now I'm just spraying it with the hairspray to kind of hold it in place. Well, let's see. Not too shabby. At first I wasn't feeling it, but I just had to get rid of some of that length because I think on me, this style is not meant to be that long. It don't need to be extremely short, but I had to add some layers and get rid of some of the length, and I like it. My makeup so that I can get ready to go to the mall. I will see y'all in the next video. I might come back with my makeup just so y'all can see how the whole thing look. I'll be back. Okay, because who is this? Okay, but nah, I like it. I love the way it came out. I don't know, it feel like it's a little thin in the back. I don't know, but yes, y'all, this is how my hair turned out. Thank you guys for watching what part of the tutorial I did upload. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below.